I couldn't find the right person. But one day I sat down on the couch with my family. I says, could we, please pray, God to bring someone to our door. Right after that prayer, that's like almost a 7-foot carpenter knocked on our door, and he said, my friend said that you were looking for someone to paint as Jesus. And at first he was looking for an adult that would paint these paintings, and he's looking for an artist in our house. and I was right beside him. I was like, hello, that's me. At first it took a couple days to figure it out. It's like, are you sure? Am I at the wrong house or something? It took him for a couple, to understand that, even such a young person, there's remarkable things that's happening. And then he started, modeling. I started sketching out, and I started drawing these, faces of him. And one particular face is Prince of Peace, the frontal. You see one side of his face is light, that represents truth. The dark side of his face represents suffering. And the light in his eye and the dark side represents he'll always be with us when we're suffering or we're in trouble. And that is just the most, each time when I look at it, in different positions, he's always looking me in the eye. It's just so amazing.
So that painting already sold?
Yes, it is. It is.
Now, how did Jesus' face appear in your vision? How did it happen?
Oh gosh, I don't know how, but I don't know when he appeared. It felt like he was with me all my life. I started seeing his face all my life. I just don't know what particular point I started, concentrating. I knew that he was always watching me. But when that person came to the front door, that face, it just got me like so many details. Now I start getting like more details, more meaning behind that face that was in my mind the whole time. And he actually gave me the answer. So I don't know how. Just
now I can see that right there, the Jesus missing years.
Yes.
I like that very much.
Yes.
But how did you see it? How did he show you, his face?
Well, some of my paintings, I feel like I'm actually in my painting. It's like a motion picture. It's a movie, and I'm like physically in there, but he doesn't see me. And I see these moving, people and moving space, and that's just one particular I saw him walking from the earth to that particular point. And I saw him talking with his Father, God, and I just wanted that particular position. I wanted everyone to know where he, communicates with him, and they're like one. And this is one I liked, and so I painted it.
In Museum of Religious Art in Iowa, you had your art show there, and thousands of people lined up to wait to see you.
3,000.
3,000. Oh,
yes, it was so amazing to meet those people.
And many people ask you questions. That's correct.
Yes.
I read in this book. They ask you. She said that I am a Buddhist. You call Jesus the Prince of Peace. Yet in His name, so many people were massacred. How do you explain that?
I'd explain that no matter what religion you are, no matter what you believe, like many atheists, many Buddhists, many, and many other people that from different religions, they see that particular painting, Prince of Peace. And I don't know, they say I belong to God now, not to any religions now. And that's everyone to know. God doesn't have a religion. You have, like I'm telling everybody, I don't have a religion. I belong to God. That is our religion. Each person that I meet is say, this is my favorite painting, and I knew that God specifically gave me this gift to tell other people about it.
Other question asked that why did you choose Christianity instead of another religion? And your answer is, I didn't choose Christianity, I chose Jesus Christ.
Yes.
I'm painting and writing what God shows me. I don't know much about the religions, but I know this: God looks at our love.
Yes.
Now, this is very important statement.
To other people.
Yeah,
yes.
to other people. And I would like, our viewer to understand why you chose Jesus Christ. How did it happen? And because in the mind of people, they may think the Supreme Being may show you to another God.
Yeah.
But why did God show you to Jesus Christ? And that is the very important message right there. So can you tell our viewers about that?
Well, I don't know how, but I know this, that when I first met God, I knew there was there were like two divine, spirit in there, and Jesus Christ and God are like one. Like they're like their son and the father. They're like, my brother and my dad. They're like, they work together, and I don't know how I knew this, but automatically I knew that it's really hard to explain.
So did you hear about the name Jesus before that?
No, I never did. I heard it only once, but I heard a person over talking, and they didn't believe in him. So and they said, "Oh, God, I don't believe in God." But I knew something when I heard that word God. It just came to my mind, and I started seeing these things, and then I met him, and he started telling these people that don't believe in him, and he wanted me to tell other people about the gift that he gave me.
So you mean that when you see God, you met God, and actually he is Jesus Christ?
Yes.
Oh, because people think Jesus Christ is a different person.
Yes. Yeah, they're separate.
Separate one, but he's actually he is God. They are one.
Yes.
Well, now I would like you to show a few of your artwork,
Sure.
painting, and you just stand in front of it and just explain why did you paint this one? Okay. Okay. Can you tell our viewer about that Jesus the missing years?
Yes. First of all, about the title, The Missing Years, why I call it that title, because in any book that explains about Jesus, like the Bible, for example, they only tell about when Jesus was up to 13 years old, and then they skip his years until the 30 when he got crucified and resurrected, and that's what I call the missing years. This painting was he's around 15 or 14, and behind this painting, the meaning behind it is Jesus. He's like one with his Father, but he goes to the earth and he looks at us and observes us wherever we are. Then he goes to his Heavenly Father and he explains what to create in the new earth over here. You see the right side, and you see the stars around the earth is like they're like angels protecting it. And the new earth, you see there are no seas, no oceans. They're just waterfalls, or just rivers and ponds and lakes, and in there like more space for other people, more animals there, and so everyone can get along, and more love. And And this one was very fun to paint, and I love painting these colors, and each time when I put a color on it, I had new ideas to paint more colors, and that's why I painted this painting first of all. It's full of colors.
So how about the painting right beside you? That one, right?
This one is it was one of my recent paintings. It's called Inspiration, and at first I lost inspiration to paint this painting, but the meaning behind it. This man represents us, like what we want to do when we grow up, what we inspire to be, like an artist or a poet or musician. And the clouds in the background represents struggle, but the light on the clouds represents enlightenment, like God will help us in our struggle to decide. And when I put it all together, it was inspiration. And you see, before I did the clouds, I painted four backgrounds under this. I painted, ponds, I painted space, I painted, lakes and trees, but I don't know, something got me on those clouds, because I love clouds. They represent something, and that's why I painted.
Okay, now we will go to another one. Okay, can you tell our viewer about this painting?
This is called Butterfly Passion, and I painted the green specifically because to me it represents peace. And I painted a series of paintings of horses, but they're different, but it has the same meaning. One horse is searching for freedom, and this painting is searching for love. In the final painting, he found his love. See those butterflies? You're kind of thinking in the back of your mind, why are they in the bubble? Well, here's the answer. Well, my interpretation why they're in the bubble, the butterflies go next to that person who's searching for love. And when he found his love, the butterflies just pop out of the bubble. And because, the butterflies grow in the bubble, and when the love grows, it pops. And that's what I call it, the butterfly passion.
Okay, now to the artwork of fathers, forgive them. Can you explain that?
Yeah. This painting is called Father Forgive Them. I've painted this painting when I was 9 years old on my 9th birthday, and Jesus is in the Garden of Gethsemane. He's, raising the world to his Father. He knows what's going to happen. You can see the tears in his eyes, but he cannot tear it out, because he knows that he's given his heart to the world. He knows, his love is so big that, he can't cry it out, But this is, my favorite painting, above all, with the Prince of Peace. They're the most important, my most favorite. You can see in his eyes, you can see his whole life in his eyes.
Now there's another painting right in the corner with
this one?
you with the universe.
Oh, this is the fun painting. This painting is my self-portrait. It's called Co-Creating, and I've painted when I was 11 years old. And the unique thing about this, I represent, myself, painting these paintings, and this is how I feel. I'm co-creating with God. And if God paints a, galaxies and becomes, in stars, I take that paint from that star and I make a new star. That's how I, paint these beautiful paintings I create with him.
So the co-creating is not the creating the universe.
Yes, it's
creating
like, if you want to be like a doctor or a musician, you're co-creating with God. You're making new music, new, new lines, new voices, and everyone can feel the same way. You just have to believe that you're going to co-create with God.
Now, your newest painting is right here. So,
Yes.
What is the meaning of these beautiful ladies that you just painted?
Well, I didn't know what to call it, but I knew this is the portrait of Mary. And this particular one, each time when I look at it, she's just filled with love. And the first one with she's holding the baby, it's mother's love. And that one, I wanted to, to present that she's, one with Jesus. I blended the robe. And in this one, it was before she had Jesus. And she's like, I made her younger. I made her like around 14, 15, 16, around that. And I just, each time I look at it, she's like full of love.
But how did her face come to your mind?
Well, with the first painting I did, I don't know why it came to my mind, but when I looked at Jesus, the Father forgive them over there, I knew they had to be some missing part, and I needed to complete that missing piece. In this painting, I don't know how it got to my mind. I just knew I had to paint it. I don't know how.
So how long did it take you to, how much time to complete it?
This took longer than I thought, but I think it took 300 hours.
300 hours?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
to me it seems, short and long at the same time.
So to be precise, when did you finish this one? What date?
I think it was December 2nd or 3rd, I'm not sure. And this is right, I painted a painting for Christmas right after this painting.
Okay, can you tell us about that
This
artwork?
painting is called Mother's Love, and this is so beautiful. And I can see that I painted her. I said before, I painted her younger than other people, suspected. But so I told you that I blended the robe to present the unit, the one, and I painted one of her arms light, like a light shining on her arm, and another one is underneath, the child that is in the shadow. And what that represents is the hand on the top of the child represents resurrection and birth. On the bottom hand represents crucifixion. Through all those times, Mary has been with Jesus, even in between. She's been with him at the birth, at the crucifixion, and at the resurrection. And she knew his life ahead, and she wanted to take care of him with all her heart. And this painting is filled with love and kindness and happiness.
And how about the next one right here?
This painting is called Creation, and I painted when I was 11 or 10. I can't remember. But the unique thing about this, I've seen all these places, and I wanted to combine it to one. And I like to call this God's workshop. He's creating things, new universes, new galaxies in that area, and this is like the creation of a new earth. This is a place where He created, He's going to create. And I've hid so many things in here. I've hid planets in here, and even I've hid a little astronaut in there with my initials on it. And there's so many other things that people can't see.
Thank you very much, Akiane,
Thank you.
for spending time with us to show us and to tell, and you know that how much I appreciate, and we appreciate your good heart, and you know I just don't know what is the future, but I know the future of your future is very bright because you are in God's hand. I just wish that I can be in that way.
You already are.
Okay, so can you say something to our Vietnamese viewer?
Well, to anyone who's listening to me right now and saw my paintings, all I want to tell to the place is, if you believe that you could, paint or write or be a doctor or a musician, yeah, you believe in yourself and believe in God, and anything's possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.